Start off with Steve.
Carlos, with Terens, do you feel like this is something that's going to linger for a little bit, or is it just maybe another day?
Yeah, hopefully it's just a couple of days. Last night before we left the ballpark, he's like, "I think I could play tomorrow." I was like, "Let's see how you feel tomorrow morning." Um, and then he's still sore. He's available, obviously, but just wanted to give him an extra half game, if you want to call it. And hopefully, like I said, it's something that continues to get better as we move forward here, and that's what we got so far.
Since the trade deadline last year, how would you describe the way that Jesse Winker has fit into that clubhouse and embraced being a Met and being here?
Man, it was pretty special watching him. As soon as he stepped in that clubhouse last year, felt like he was here the whole year, fit in right away. You got to give credit to the guys in that locker room that made him feel welcome right away. And the impact, whether it's on the field, off the field, how much he takes pride of wearing this uniform. He appreciate coming to the ballpark and having the opportunity to play in front of this unbelievable fan base and really good people there in that clubhouse. Again, he's a good player. He's ready to go, understand his role, whether he's in the lineup, whether he has to come in from the bench or he has to play in the outfield. He's a good player, and he's been a huge piece for us.
Manny.
Just sticking with Winker, he has, before coming to the Mets, he had 3 triples, I believe. Since coming, he has 2 in the postseason, 2 in one game yesterday. They're doing the math too. What do you attribute that burst of speed that he's had since coming here?
He's a better runner than what people think and give him credit for. He put himself in a way better position, better shape. Talking to him, when he signed with the Nationals, he trained very hard in the offseason to put himself in better shape. That's what he calls it. But yeah, I'm not surprised, especially coming from Jesse. You can expect anything coming from Jesse, but he's always doing something good. It's fun watching him run the bases. He's part of who he is. He's a good player, man.
And just on another topic with Daniel Nunez, do you have any updates on him?
I think he's scheduled a pitch today in AAA. After throwing 2 innings on Thursday, I think this time around he was only getting 2 days off in between outings. So I'm pretty sure, I got to double check, but if it's not today, it's tomorrow. But I'm 95% is today the day that he's pitching again.
Howie.
Carlos, are you still learning about Brazaban from the standpoint of his resilience, and are you surprised at all by what you've seen in his ability to pretty much bounce back as quickly as he has and still give you multiple innings?
Yeah, that's one thing that makes him a huge weapon, that his ability to bounce back, his ability to take the baseball, especially when you run him hard. As far as like getting to know the player, getting to know the person, we found out a lot last year after we acquired him. I think I remember there was a game in Anaheim. He gave up a 3-run homer that we ended up losing the game, and he took that one really, really hard. We realize how much he cares. Not everyone cares, but he took it very hard. And, it took us, not only the coaches, but the players, a lot to kind of get him going again. Now, year 2, understanding that, hey, you're not going to be perfect all the time. We got your back. Just go out there and trust your stuff, because he's real. We're talking about a 97, 98 with movement. The changeup is a pretty special pitch. So he's coming along, and he's feeling good about himself, and we're seeing some good results now.
Can you elaborate a little bit on what that process was that you talked about, you and the coaches getting involved in to kind of get him going again? What was that process?
Yeah, a lot of conversations, a lot of one-on-one, a lot of pick-me-up type talks, a lot of explanation of pitches that he should throw in certain situations. Why are we telling him to trust certain pitches, and just having him to buy into it. So you got to give credit to Hef and Rossi and everyone that had a hand on it, and then the players. That's who we are there. guys picking each other up and having each other's back, and they did that. And it took a little longer, but I'm glad that he's in a good place now.
Ron?
Is your starting pitcher leash any shorter when the weather is really cold like it is these days?
Not really. I treat everyone. We have an idea how much are we going to push starters as far as like pitch count and all that, especially this early. But yeah, the game will dictate how far they're going to go or how quick you're going to go to the bullpen. Ideally, you want those guys to go deep in games. I think every night, every game is a unique situation, and we'll adjust accordingly. But every time I go in the game, I'm preparing for hopefully those guys going deep in games.
And you factor in long innings at bat in the middle innings where he might sit down for a while before.
Yeah, he's always part of the conversation. He's always part of the decision making when we're in the dugout. Whether they're coming off a 30-pitch inning, are we going to be more aggressive when he goes back out there? You kind of just reading the game, watching the game, and having the understanding of the human and who that guy is. So is he getting quick outs, the long at-bats, the stressful pitches? There's a lot that goes into it. But again, we'll be flexible. We'll continue to monitor and make some adjustments there.
Tim?
With Nunez, what do you need to see him do at the AAA level to tell you that he's ready to be back here?
Continue to take the baseball. We're not looking at results right now. I think it's just more of him building him up. I think it's twice now that he's gone multiple innings, and that's what we wanted to see. His ability to recover. I think it's just the recovery. Are you going to be able to take the baseball 2 days after you throw 2 innings? Are you going to be able to bounce back? You throw 1 inning and not necessarily being ready to go back to back, but what about 2 out of 3? And that's what we're preparing him for.
And then, is there anything new with Montas yet?
He's playing catch. I think he was up to 75 feet yesterday. Light tossing. Yeah, still early in his throwing progression, but he is throwing.
Joe?
Carlos, just to go back to Winker, have you noticed anything maybe over the last 7-8 months with him, particularly approach-wise, maybe even bat speed with him?
No. The one thing that we continue to see is how well he controls the strike zone. He's elite. Controlling the strike zone, making some good decisions, swing decisions. As far as like bat speed, he's there. Bat to ball skills, ability to use the whole field. But I think it starts with controlling the strike zone.
Good. All right. In honor of Kids Opening Weekend, our final question comes from Tomas.
What do you think you have, but the Los Angeles Dodgers, World Series champions, don't have?
What we do have that they don't have? That's a good question. You're coming at me hard. We got great players, we got great people, and we have a great fan base here. So I'll take that. And we got Juan Soto. That's right. And we got Francisco Lindor, and a lot of them. They got good players. We got some really good players too.
All good. Thank you very much, Carlos.